So here's something I wanted you guys to see. This is and there's a couple more Kiwis coming up, but they left us dude out off that list. So this is Switchblade Jay White. He is he wrestles for a company that I like watching, which is AEW. I enjoy AEW because they remind me of 2010s when TNA was really cool before Hulk Hogan and his cronies ruined that company. And now, of course, TNA has been bought out by the company that owns WWE. So WWE basically is doing everything using money, using promotions, propaganda to destroy AEW in any way. Like all their shields are out there, always, trying to like downplay and stuff. And I'll play that video later on. We'll do a little thing on about AEW and stuff and wrestling on specifically on another stream. But this is Jay White, and he's from Auckland, where I used to live. Twice in my over 3 years, over a 2 year. I lived there in my teens, and then I lived there when I was married. So would be my 40s then. Now he wrestles, of course. The reason I'm showing this is because I'm going to show you how a couple other people that you may not know that are from New Zealand, who are quite famous overseas. So
who will challenge MJF for the AEW World Championship? Jay White, or will it be?
So that's Jay White here, and he's from New Zealand. Like I said, he's from Auckland, New Zealand. One time they said Oakland, and I was like when he used to wrestle for TNA, I didn't even know that. And because I've only recently come back to watching wrestling, and I've watched almost every episode since I've come back of AEW, and sometimes I watch Japan, and I've mentioned this before, like NJ New Japan Pro Wrestling, or Joshi, or I think there's another one called it's all females. Like I can't remember. There's Marigold is the one that I remember because they've set up a Marigold Japanese female wrestling over in America now. But there's some really cool Japanese female wrestlers and male wrestlers, right? But the cool thing is that like with AEW, there is international wrestlers, which is what I like about this. The other thing is they've also got Australian wrestlers in here, and also there is a female wrestler from New Zealand in WWE.
Mark Briscoe, yeah. We are on the verge of finding out, Tony.
I want to tell you that whoever goes to Full Gear to face MJF, I think has an advantage because MJF had to wrestle earlier in the day.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Right now, you see Jay White, he's got this advantage on Briscoe from what happened during the break and that hard landing. So Briscoe take.
Yep.
Mark Briscoe threw his body at Jay White. Juice Robinson intervened. He yanked White clear, and Briscoe
coming up empty, but scoring with the drop kick right.
Build something, trying to build some momentum.
Briscoe, Death Valley driver rolls through. AEW World Championship. Oh my goodness, Jay White spiked him. Jay White spikes Mark Briscoe now. 2, 3. What a great matchup.
Here's a winner. Switchblade Jay White.
Notice how quickly they swung belt into Jay White did the Bullet Club Gold.
So the cool thing is like he's very Kiwi. like when he's talking, and like he's not trying to put on a persona of being something else. But he used to wrestle over in New Japan Pro Wrestling in Japan, right? And then now he's like I said, he was in TNA, then New Japan Pro Wrestling, very well known over in Japan, and now he's at AEW. He just come back from an injury, but when he talks, like it's like he sticks out like a sore thumb as a Kiwi. If you know the accent, if you know the mannerisms, the way people talk, It's like he's total 100% like New Zealander, right? So the other one I want to show here is there's like before we go into the main subject, and I know we, crossed the 2.5 hour mark, and we haven't got into our main subject, but so now where are you? 7 celebrities you didn't know were from New Zealand. There we go. So this is maybe you do know some of these, but maybe you don't. So this is from a channel called New Zealand Stories.
There are more than a few celebrities out there these days that maybe you didn't actually know are from New Zealand. Here's 7 of them to name a few. Number 1, Rose. The famous K-pop singer Rose was born Park Chae-young, also known as Roseanne Park.
Did you know this? This I did have no clue, and the reason why this is a big deal is you'll just find out. I had no idea, right? So Rose.
K-pop singer Rose was born Park Chae-young, also known as Roseanne Park, in Auckland in 1997. She later moved with her family to Melbourne, where she became a member of the K-pop group Blackpink. Fun fact, as a New Zealand and British Commonwealth citizen, in 2023, Rose received an MBE, Member of Order of the British Empire, from King Charles for her work as a UN advocate for climate change. Number 2, Russell Crowe. He might be on an Australian stamp and a co-owner of the House. Is actually the cousin of famous New Zealand cricketers in New Zealand and Australia before struggles to gain Australian citizenship. After the Australian government changed its laws around New Zealanders living in Australia becoming Australian citizens, Russell remains a New Zealand citizen to this day. Number 3, Anna Sawai. Famous for her role of Lady Mariko in the 2024 adaptation of Shogun, Anna Sawai was born in Wellington to Japanese parents.
See, like I said, we're a melting pot, right? And that's why I don't really, when it comes to like people going, oh, this and this about New Zealand, I go, you guys have no idea, right? So we have a world famous Kiwi, New Zealander, European, Russell Crowe. We have a world famous Korean, Blackpink, one of the biggest things 2 years ago, and probably still big, the K-pop band. If you don't know Blackpink, well, I don't know what do you know. Even me as a metalhead know, but and that's only because I'm anime, right? And because I ran an event where people were dancing, dancing to Blackpink songs. And now we have a Japanese lady in Shogun, which is the biggest thing, I guess, in the way of TV shows from Japan, right? And Netflix. And I'm meaning to see Shogun because I remember watching Eric von Lustratter's having that book in the house, Shogun, and also having seen some of it in the 80s.
Her family moved back to Japan when she was 10 years old, and she made her acting debut in Japan soon after. Anna has appeared in several Japanese and Hollywood productions and won a Primetime Emmy for her role in Shogun. Number 4, Carl Urban. There's a reason why...
If you don't know Butcher, then I don't know what. But also, this is all I care about when it comes to Carl Urban. Like, even though I'm a huge Boys fan, I still haven't watched The Boys. I maybe watch it in 10 years from now when I'm 60, but right now I'm a huge Boys comic book fan. I have signed copies of it by the artist, right? And hardcover signed with a doodle from the artist, right? So, but I'm still, it's one thing, like live action. I don't want everybody, like all my friends who watched it, who know the Boys comic book, are saying it's really good. But however, season 2 kind of made me think maybe I want to stay away from it because they made it all about Trump.
Why Butcher's Cockney accent in the boys sometimes goes a bit wobbly, and that's because Carl Urban is a Kiwi. Carl was born in Wellington and appeared in several New Zealand TV programs and films until his big break came in the Lord of the Rings movie as a and lead actor. Canada to a Canadian father and New Zealand mother. The family moved to New Zealand when she was very young, and it didn't take very long for her to start her acting career there. Anna won an Oscar for her role in the 1993 movie The Piano, when she was just aside from the piano house in True Blood. Number 3 star, like his co-star Carl Urban, was also born in Wellington. Before he was Homelander, Anthony was best known for his roles in Xena, where he played the twin brothers Jethro and Van West.
I've never watched this show. I do remember like this. They did like maybe like an American version of Outrageous Fortune, but I've never watched Outrageous Fortune.
Number 7, Melanie Linsky. Perhaps best known to international audiences as Rose in 2.5 Men, Melanie Linsky was born in New Plymouth. She made her film debut in Peter Jackson's Heavenly Creatures and won the award for Best Actress at the New Zealand Film Awards for her role.
I always think of it as not Heavenly Creatures. There's another one like that, but it's about vampires. Like it was some Heavenly Creatures and some other creatures in it. I always get the names confused between the two.
Oh, Melanie appeared in films and TV productions soon after, but quickly caught the eye of filmmaker herself since.
Well, so that's from a channel called New Zealand Stories. Do check them out. I mean, if you want to learn a bit more about New Zealand, they do have a few more things there. You know, give you a bit of an idea about, about my country and why I love it here. Georgie pie was one of the greatest things. You could buy like 75-cent pies. Oh, did you know? Last video.
Instant Coffee by David Strang of Invercargill. Now, it may be at the bottom of the world, but Invercargill can hold its head high, safe in the knowledge that one of its very own made being caffeinated something that could take only minutes. Back in the late 19th century, David Strang created the dry hot air process to convert coffee into soluble granules. Strang patented the process in 1890 and started distributing his instant coffee powder around the world. Instant coffee might not be loved so much by coffee snobs, but think about its impact on the world. Strang's invention meant caffeine boost anywhere, any time. I mean, think about it. Wars have probably been won because of quick and easy access.
So yeah, famous Kiwis. That dude basically invented instant Kiwi. Instant coffee.